How are we all? Been a busy boy today. Well, not that busy, but a couple of hours. I've mentioned in previous videos of adding some bio fluid bed, moving bed to the 5k pool, and I have actually done it. Now, I was going to film it, but to be honest with you, I just got carried away. So I went down to a local garden centre and also aquatic place. I bid Screwfix, got bends, 1.5 bends, a couple of tees, then went to a pond place and then got the well, you can't see them, got some bulkheads. I got 3. I thought I'd use 3. Got a valve, got some tees, got a couple of packs of elbows, 2 lengths of pipe. 27 quid gone there, like that. Went to a place to go and get, in fact, let me spin you around and I'll show you what I'm waffling on about instead of you looking at my ugly mug. You can hear water running here, obviously. So basically, that's what I've done. There is, let me zoom out. Sorry about the, it's not in daylight. It's now 6:20 on Sunday. So you can see, I've had this massive water storage tank for years, and that has got to be over 200 litres in there. So I can get plenty of biomedia in there. However, I've gone for a very expensive one that's got IOPS on it and it's got mega surface area, and it's the Awaz pond pads. Now 10 litres, yes, 10 litres, cost me £55. It's coming on Wednesday, and that claims to do, was it 200 gram of food in a 24-hour period. Now so that is going to get that in it, only that as well, and I'm going to see how it goes. Going to get it matured for spring and summer, so hopefully we're rocking it come spring and into summer. So Paul, you're doing well. As you can see, there's no air going in the pond at the minute, so I've disconnected it because it's going into this. So I'm figured, if I'm honest with you, that ring thing that I bought, if you look at a previous video of the pool build, it's not mega impressive on this. It comes out as really fine bubbles, which I suppose is a good thing. But anyway, I've diverted it now to a 6-inch disc in there. I put this on. I'm probably going to cut this. I've not got a lid for this, but I've got something to go on top, because now even though that fan is not connected anymore, well, it is, but it's not in use, I don't want it dropping in the water, and I don't want it splashing anyway. So I've only finished it 10 minutes ago. So basically what we got, we'll look inside of it first. Now my next challenge is going to be holding that bugger down. It comes with suction cups, but it's just doing its thing. Now once this media is in, if it starts doing its own thing and starts turning over okay, then I'm not going to be too bothered about that, as long as it's turning over nice. There's plenty of power going in there, as you can see, but it's just whether I can get that positioned in the right place. What I have done is weighted them down before. Now I know people do a better build than this. I've seen people's moving beds, and there's some crackers out there who've got fixed pipes, which is obviously a lot better than this. But anyway, I've not done that. I could do it as a modification. Now what I'll do, if I drop, what I've done is on the outlet I've just put a T on, so it goes off in 2 different directions, just for 2 bits of disturbance on the pond. I'm going to open this valve and then close the one off that goes up. So basically there's a valve with a T coming up, coming across, comes up, goes in the bottom. There is a mesh, I'm not going to call it what other people call it, but I'll show you the top ones I've got. There's one in there on the inlet, and then on the top it comes out comes back down and comes into there. Dead simple. Now what I've done is, let me take it out. I've basically made there's a bit of pipe there, look. Dead simple. So I've actually got this. So it basically pushes on like so. So there's two inlets. So if one does block, there's another one. So I'm gonna have to see what I didn't have two on it at first. I bought three, but I thought I had it like that at first, and then this open, or with this on, with this little mesh pot on top like that as an overflow. So if this becomes blocked, it's just teetering on the edge there. I've tested it, and when I fit that like that, but without that in, it just teets on the edge, just tips over. So if this were to block, it would overflow. But it was getting quite high because I had it on a T like that. One of these, water level was getting quite high, and I didn't really like it that high. So I thought, right, what can I do? Took it off, and I've got two on there now. So as you can see, like that, look, there's very little risk to that on that flow rate. Look at that. But once you put a bit of resistance in there, well, it's because it's, I'm not saying I've got it turned off, haven't I? So basically at the bottom there's just one of these. There's the tank connector, and then just one of these, and the water just flows in at the bottom, and then there's two at the top, and that's it. Simple as that. Massive storage tank, going to be 10 litres of Aussie pond pads, which claims to do 200 grams of food per day in a 24-hour period. Which, turn that on, turn that off, and let it fill up, and you'll see. Watch it fill. I mean, I'm going to be never, I don't think ever, feeding 200 grams of food a day. So that'd be 1.4 kilo a week of food. I'd be amazed if I were getting through 1.4 kilo of food a week. If it was, then these buggers would be eating me out of arse and home, and I probably wouldn't be able to afford to keep the buggers, so I'm never going to get that. So let's see if this can cope with what it claims with. And if it does, I might be able to reduce this. I mean, bearing in mind, there's the EasyPod filter, what's in that as well, the K1 Micro in there. What's in them, 15 litres or something, I think. So that's still obviously in there. And now I've got that. So hopefully, there it is. I'm happy with that. The fish, funny enough, have perked up. They love a bit of action. So obviously now the only difference is I've not got the return going back to the pond, coming out the side. So I'm going to have to see how this now performs, and if I'm getting food particles in here because there's no flow of water coming in at that bottom, you know, on the side of the pond there. What I could do, I could open this like so, and I could, this is on 50%, and I suppose I could put this up to there, which is running at 58 watts, and that is really motoring now, look, coming in, you see, on the surface. But I could point that down or point it to the left. But as you can see, there's nothing really coming in now, I don't think. Can't really tell because I have to wait till it fills up. So what I could do is turn this like so. It's still coming through, you can see it. Yeah, look, that's coming through nicely. See that? See if I could just turn that down a little bit. It's still flowing, look. You can still see the ripples. So that is still going. And then that should divert water up here. So actually, it's reducing the flow rate through this. So I'm not basically getting a turnover, because that was set now to 50%. And it's a 10,000 litre pump. So I think what I'll do, I think I'll leave this as it is now. So I'm not getting all the flow through this. Probably a good idea that. It's probably forced me to rethink without me really thinking about it. So let's just see what flow I get through this now. Because this, as long as it's circulating, I don't know guys, what flow rate have you got going through your moving beds? There you go, it's coming now, look. So if we let that, the Chagai, the Chiba, let's let that go to see if we can get some decent flow rate through this. We'll sit here. So that's on 50 watts at now, and it was running at I think 30 watts. So it's going to cost me 20 watts extra more to be able to cope with both. And that does make me feel a bit better actually, because the chances of this probably overflowing now is a lot slimmer. Because you've got an outlet there as well. That's picking up now, look. Look at that picking up. Really starting to pick up now, those outlets. Because obviously this drained. Let's see what that does. So yeah, there's a bit of tweaking there. So I've got a couple of options there now. It's still a closed system. There's no trickle in, trickle out anymore. It's not been like that for a month or so. Just on water changes. Let's see. It's about halfway up. So I could increase this and turn that down a little bit. So I think what I will do when it's daylight, I might point my eyeball now. It was pointing upwards, so you get a ripple on here. I might actually point it completely down now, completely down like that to the floor, so it hits the floor and disturbs any muck. Because that's where the feed goes in. I did actually have an elbow on that, but it was a bit noisy. It was like this lot. I'm going to show you, see what that does. So if I take that off, it's not as ferocious now because I've split the outputs from one to the other. There's there we go. So, few options. So before, when this is on full, going the other way, it was making a bit of a noise. Because there must have been, when it hit this, I don't know what it was causing, a bit of a vortex or something, but it was making like a bit of a gurgling noise and I didn't like it. So I put the T on just to split the outlet, and it was a lot better. So, a bit of tweaking to do. So what do you think, guys? No leaks. So if we just top that up, I would say Obviously I got the tank for nothing, built the tank stand out of bits and bobs that I've got. I mean, using that tank, I know it don't look mega, guys, but we're in here and it's not, you know, I was going to put something there, but that would have blocked my my entrance. So I've gone vertical, which I think is a lot better. I can still get into there and down the side, and it makes everything a bit more compact. And I've got a massive storage, and I could, if I wanted, if I was loaded enough to be chucking in over 1 kilo of food a week, so 4 kilo a month, which I might get up to if they gobble it all down. I don't know, we'll see. If I need to put more filter, well, assuming that's going to do 200 grams of food a day, what's that going to do in there? 50 grams? So that probably both combined 250, 300 grams of food now, I'd say, in 24 hours can turn over. So I just can't see, if these claims are right on the Awaz pond pads, those discs, I can't see, plus this 200 litres of volume, you're going to have the wall of this which will get a coating. There you go, that's spot on. I'm going to leave it like that, split the both. That's spot on, that is. I'm happy with that. That was literally why on camera that I've done that little tweak. So yeah, I can probably get away with 250, 300 grams of food a day, which I don't think I'll ever get up to that level. Can't see it. But anyway, if I was, that's pretty intensive food, isn't it? And on the Saki, at £170 a bag, 15 kilos, assuming I was putting in 1.5 kilo in a week, 6 kilo a month, so one bag would last me 3 months. So I don't know, it'd be worth it if you were throwing it in over 3 months, getting some good growth, wouldn't it, I suppose? But look at the expense of that. In 3 months it'd cost you £170 in food in 3 months. So you have to weigh it up. But I'll see what it grows to now, see what happens. I've had to move one of these sockets, so because that one to that fan weren't long enough, so I've got to move that out of the way for my pipe work. And what I might do is actually put this fan here, on here, pointing this way, and then plug it in here. So I'll see, that's for another day, I think. So I'm going to leave that to do what it needs to do. I think I'll put my arm in there and point the eyeball to the floor, pointing straight down, and then leave it set up at that. Wednesday, going to get the Awazi pond pads, get them set up, get them in here, going to PP them, give them a soak for 24 hours, a couple of days, and then give them a rinse off, and then get them in there and let them bobble away. I might just fart about with this for 10 minutes, just so that, just cut this out here so that fits in there like so, just to go against that wall. And I can put some bits and bobs on there, not a lot though, but because I want to access to it. But happy days. What do you reckon, guys? Put the comments down below. Please like, please hit the subscribe button. On that note, we'll sign off with a nighttime dark view of the koi. Oh, there is something actually. Again, I've not put a I have got a T, another T. I've got one of the Cockney koi valves, and I've actually got a waste outlet here sticking up, so I could come up and into there with a valve on. So I could actually use the fill pipe as a purge of this to drain this down if I wanted to. So I could literally turn that off, that red valve off, turn that valve on, and then this would double up and pull water through out the bottom of this. Just a thought I had, but I'm going to see, because I'm hoping that this isn't massively doesn't get massively dirty. I clean the actual K1 drum out in the middle of there once a year. So if that's a case of taking out the 10 litres of that media and just bucketing it up, and then just getting my pond hoover in and just hoovering it out once a year, happy days. But what do you think, guys? Thanks for watching. Hope you had a great Christmas. See you on the bloody next one.